Okay guys, there's been a request for a little sort of evaluation on the Evo Ride Do e-bike as it's sitting down there, but there's the box. It's the 48 volt edition with a 250 watt hour back hub motor. Here we are in all her glory. We just had her out for a wee, what was it, 18.5 miles, and I've almost drained the battery completely now, but that was me on pass 5, which is basically 96% engine controlled rather than pedal controlled. So that 18.5 suits me absolutely perfectly for short commutes to work and skipping about the town. The standard light that comes with it, it's quite bright. You can see a good 20-30 metres really clearly in front of you. Mud guards perfectly aligned so that you're not getting underneath here and into your suspension. Tons of mud. There is a bit of water on here, but I went through a few puddles. I didn't actually record any of the actual journey as it's quite dark and it's quite icy, so I was both hands on and I've not got my camera rigged to the bike yet. But there's the wee engine in here and she's more than ample for what I need. If you're not used to an electric bike, you will feel the sudden kick in the acceleration, which is really quite handy. The average speed that I had it at was about 17.9, 18 miles per hour roughly. However, the bike's still locked to the manufacturer's settings so that it's legal. However, there are settings in the instructions to unlock that. I'm not going to go into that because if you do change any of the settings and you're not aware of how ampage works versus, you know, wattage, etc., in regards to the engine, you could do some serious damage to your battery, which is inside here. Brakes are absolutely perfect. They were already set up. The only thing I had to do was put the front wheel on and put the quick release mechanism on, which was quite handy if you're needing to do a replacement or a quick tyre fix. Not so much with the back, although you don't really need to take the back off to fix a small puncture. If you've got a rip out, which is highly unlikely, then your whole tyre's probably going to need to get changed anyway. Excuse me. This was the standard light that came with the back. It's got a little flash and pulse as well that you can change it to. If I can just get around here. There's the button there. There's got a little flash mode just so that it can be seen better if you're riding sort of just before dusk. Seat, standard seat, is not too bad. It is comfy, but if you were doing a long commute and then charging at work and, you know, commuting back, you might want to consider a softer seat. But I thoroughly enjoyed the seat. It's quite comfortable. Suspension works an absolute treat. Barely felt any of the bumps. Front suspension, I would say, probably needs to be slightly adjusted. It doesn't feel, it feels to me too stiff. However, that being said, the only other good positives that you can point out on this bike is it is foldable. So just by taking out the release clamp here, a small pin, if I can get my big thumpy glove fingers in. There we go. Right, here we go. And we just take that off here, and I'll just fold it up and set it on the mount. And there we go, that's the bike folded in half there. Lovely jubbly. So it is quite handy for putting in the boot of a car if you were going, say, up north or down to maybe the Lake District or wherever you fancy going for a cycle. So absolutely spot on. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. The only one of the flaws that I would really give it is the gears feel a bit stiff, a bit chunky. I don't know what maybe the word to best explain it, but the pro guys will know exactly what the hell I'm talking about, and they'll be screaming, "Get them changed!" Which I probably will do after I decide what I'm going to do and tinker about and stuff. But let's see, we'll put it back together and we'll go a short wee one-handed along the road video. So I'm just going to pause this for a second, guys, and I'll get you back on the road. So anyway, here's the display. We'll just I'll put it to full power. I'll put the light on so you can see that. Let the camera adjust. There we go. So, since we cut the power off, we've got an extra bar back. Quite handy as well. It's got a kickstand here so the bike can stand up on its own, which is always a nice look when you want to show off to your mates. However, let's get it in the gear. There we go. Right, so just going to take it easy until we get on the wee road. You might hear a couple of wee noises sitting in, and I'm not even pedalling yet. Oh, it's a bit bumpy. We've got speed bumps around about here, which is really fantastic. I mean, look at that bump there. That's it there. Jesus. Sorry about the shaky, you bear in mind this is a one-handed we skip around the scheme here on the shadiest roads in all goddamn Scotland. The suspension's holding up pretty well, so now we're going up quite maybe a 5% gradient hill here. I've slowed down just because I'm one-handed now and got traffic coming in. Right, so once I get past the speed bumps, we'll get a wee hear the engine kicking in. That's that whining in the background. So just at a normal kind of speed. Oh Christ almighty, bumps! I don't even think I've got to flatten up bit of road to get the speed up. Oh, here we go, right. Speed bump! Jesus, suffering, come on. Right, so you can pretty much see it's pretty quick, pretty nimble for what you need it to do. Yeah, as you can hear the shockies rattling, they're definitely getting adjusted. So, that's actually not too bad considering I've just about 19 mile in one battery charge. Just freewheeling it here. I don't know if anybody's come up with an idea of charging the battery as the wheels spin. You know, imagine charging it from the front and powering it at the back. Woo! So I'll explain these passes. Level 5 has a 96% efficiency of the electric engine as to your kicking the pedals. The lower down, the less assistance you'll obviously get. I think it drops down to about 30% or so.